Well, obviously, this is a day of celebration, really. It's sad for the club to see Clint walk away from our playing group, but we kind of knew this was on the horizon within the year or two, and um, it's been an amazing journey with this guy for 4 years, and a wonderful family man, and Kayla and Clint have been so inspirational to the state. And I wouldn't want to do this with anyone else. And he was my number one target, bringing him in to help me defend the island. And he exemplifies everything that is a jack jumper. But more importantly, he really exemplifies everything that is a professional basketball player in my eyes. A family man, a humble human being, a leader. And it's been an amazing 4 years with him. Um, it's emotional for me, obviously, because he's meant so much to the playing group, but also he's made my job so much easier over the last 4 years. And so it's a little bit bittersweet that he's going to be stepping away, but we hope down the road that he'll still be in a jack jumper role and helping us defend this island. And really, this is his moment and this week to celebrate Clint as we move into our MVP banquet and his family. So, congratulations, my friend. Thanks.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Oof. Um, yeah, it's certainly a strange feeling standing here right now. I I just walked in. I'd mentioned to Christine. Everyone's asking how you feeling. And I said this is a strange feeling. I mentioned it to Scott, and he tried to crack a joke, make me feel a little better, but it hasn't really worked. I guess over the last while, you have these thoughts in the back of your mind, and you get to this point of your career, and you're thinking, is it going to be a last? When's that last game or last practice session? And I guess over the course of time, those thoughts start becoming at the forefront of your mind. And as much as you try to knock them back so you didn't have to worry about it or think about it, there's always these little instances, and inadvertently thoughts keep coming to the front of your mind again. And I guess it's got to a point where I've been able to find out what's more important to me at this part of my career and my life, and I essentially announce my retirement and step away from basketball, and to see what is next in life. It feels like a massive step, given kind of basketball and my family is all I've known over not just the last 13 years professionally, but just as a youngster growing up in North Queensland, and my mum and dad getting me involved in the game from a very early age, and playing it for the joy of it, and with your mates. And I mean, it's tough to kind of stand here and try put into words and properly thank all the people that have been a part of this journey. It certainly hasn't just been myself. There's the number of people that have, in some form or fashion, impacted not only my basketball career but my life in general. And I sure hope I'm going to cross paths with a lot of those people in the near future to thank them properly. But I guess to start my professional career in Cairns and move on to Townsville, and a quick Euro trip to Belgium, and a short stint in Greece, to 4 years in Perth, where we thought it could have been home, but to finish up here in Tasmania, where we now call home, and will be for the little foreseeable future. It's been an amazing journey, and thank you to everyone who's standing here right now who has helped put this club together in Tasmania. It's been extremely special. To finish my career here is it certainly would have been tough to find a better group, a better organisation, a better community to finish it around. So I thank you guys very much. To my mum and dad, they've made some sacrifices that I look back on and go, you guys are crazy. It's the amount of time spent in cars, just what they've been able to provide me and have a chance to be successful has been nothing short of amazing. I hope I've been able to do you guys proud, not just on the basketball court, but just trying to be a good person in general, a good family man, a good son, a good brother. My sister and her family, obviously the sacrifices they've made along the way and being able to support me all over the world. I can only hope to be half the person that my parents were and what they've been able to do for me. I sure hope I can do the same for my kids, and that's certainly one of the toughest parts is stepping away from this career, is seeing the enjoyment that my son Noah and my daughter Addie get out of this. And I'm surprised Noah's not in the middle with his hands above his head on flex cam again, but he keeps asking. I keep telling him, look, I'm not playing for the Jackies anymore, and he keeps asking me, so what team are you going to be playing for? He goes, are you still going to be wearing number 35? And from now on, it's my team's is the front driveway in the backyard, just how I started when I was a kid at your age, bud. And we'll be on the same team. We'll be going against each other. You can pick the numbers and the names of the teams, but from now on, that's going to be my home quarters. It's the driveway in the backyard and spending with the kids. And to my wife, it's the amount of sacrifices you've made has been incredible. You've put your basketball career on hold to allow us to start a family. You put it on hold to allow us to move around Australia and the world, and ultimately you finished your career to allow us to come here to Tasmania to try and help build something special. And you've been absolutely remarkable, so thank you for everything, and I'm sure you guys can attest to that Kayla has certainly been a special part of not only my journey but the journey of this club. So thank you, love. I certainly appreciate it.
Clint, was it always this season, or was there a moment during this season where you knew that it was time?
There was a few moments here and there, and like I said, it was something that was it was at the back of your mind, and as much as I tried to push those thoughts away to concentrate on what was at hand, a few discussions here and there, people asking, what do you do outside of basketball? What's after basketball? And inadvertently those thoughts keep coming back. And in the end, it was a lot of people had invested in my career, and my heart and my head got to a point where I need to start investing in those people close to me that have sacrificed a lot for me. And that starts with my mum and dad, my sister's family, and these three beautiful people right beside me. And I was struggling to come up with words and put it all together, manufacture something, and I tried to get some alone time to do that, and I found it even harder to do so, and until I actually tried to get my daughter to sleep last night, and I just laid down beside her, and it kind of just, my mind became a little bit more clear as to why I was doing what I was doing, and now my whys have changed in terms of how I progress in life, and these guys here are at the forefront of that.
Family, obviously, the primary reason. Were there moments on the court where you're getting up and back a little slower than what you were used to, or is it sort of mainly family the reason why you made the decision?
For the most part, I felt like I was moving fairly well, and I actually got a fair bit of stick from the guys after my last dunk effort, where it barely got over the front of the rim, and kind of put my hand up like I need to get out of the game. But outside of that, my body has been great to me. I've been very fortunate not to suffer too many big injuries, so I'm very grateful on that part to get through this career with limited injuries and kind of being able to do it how I saw fit.
Your legacy is going to be immense, obviously. The first ever captain of the Jack Jumpers and the championship captain, of course. Is that something that you're conscious of, or you've been able to reflect on since making the decision to retire?
I am conscious of it, as I do try and play it down a touch, just keeps me level, but just some of the message I've received last night and some of my closest teammates that I've talked to and friends over this journey last night, and just listening to them talk, it certainly makes me feel special, just in terms of how I've tried to impact some lives. But I think the more special thing for me is the way they've been able to impact my life and the lessons and things I've learned from them. And it's something I'm going to reflect on, but there's something special being built here. I'm glad I was able to play my part within that, but this place is going to go on to bigger and better things.
Clint, are you a future NBL coach?
I don't think so, mate. No, I haven't really looked down that career pathway. Definitely not in the short term. No.
Right. But it sounds like you're going to stick around with the Jack Jumpers in some sort of role, some sort of position?
Yeah, I'm at this stage very open-minded. There will be discussions about what's next in my career, and I guess for me right now there's no real rush. It's just it's going to be family and finishing off my masters, and I guess it's something that going back to uni was 5 years ago, and it's special to me because I was at a point in my basketball career where I wasn't doing too well in Perth, and my mentor sat down with me, and I was trying to find some success, and he'd mentioned, well, why don't you go back to uni? And I was like, no, I want success, I don't want stress. And trying to juggle a professional basketball career in uni, and looking back on it, it's one of the best things I've ever done. I remember passing that first unit when I went back, and I felt success outside of basketball. It helped me place value in the important things in life, and give me a bit of perspective. So to Conrad Francis, thank you for getting me back into the books and kind of changing a few ways I viewed things. And between family and finishing off my masters, they're the two special things right now that I need to concentrate on.
You're obviously good enough to keep playing, and Brock, I think last week said he wanted you back. I guess, what did the conversations look like?
Yeah, I can kind of laugh, really. He called me into his office a number of times, and we had some discussion about what was next, and it was one of those moments where the thoughts at the back of your head come straight to the front, like, oh, I don't want to deal with this right now, I want to get through the season. And we're talking about kind of what next year looked like, and I kind of got to a point, I said, Scott, this is the way I'm leaning. And if you could have seen the look on his face, I almost got up out of the seat and walked out. But we had some more discussions, and in the end, Scott was very supportive of my decision, and obviously a little disappointed that I won't be going around again. And I'm sure at moments over the next little while I'll probably feel disappointment here and there. Career's done, but ultimately I get to concentrate on the things that are special to me.
Can you talk about that relationship between you two that you've had over years that you've been together. He spoke very highly of being able to lean on you on the court, but can you describe what it was like to have Rock as your coach?
Yep. Yeah. Scotty's an emotional guy and leads through vulnerability, and his ability to get me to be vulnerable, not just with coaching staff, but with my teammates, and allowing a platform for them to be vulnerable within the group was, in instances, kind of what drove this thing. And that stage, it had nothing to do with basketball. It was allowing people to be able to trust each other, feel comfortable within a group, no matter how good we're playing, how the tough times and adversity we faced. We always knew that we would have each other, and that started with Scott and his vulnerability and him making himself vulnerable, opening the floor up for others to share their stories and get to know each other and why we go to battle with each other.
Do you have any advice for the next captain to fill the shoes?
Do it your way. Do it your way. I mean, you're going to pick up things here and there from everyone. Lean on your experiences. Lean on your repetitive behaviours, what's got you to this point. You're going to learn some things along the way, and ultimately you're kind of in control of how you see this club moving forward, along with other leaders within the front office and the coaching staff.
About moments that you're most proud of? We know about the championship and the big wins and the big games over the journey, but is there something maybe a little less known off the court, or something that you're particularly proud of during your time as captain here at Tasmania?
Yeah, there's a lot of moments, and I guess over the last 24 hours when I've thought of those moments, brings back memories, and it's the people you share those memories with, and I guess the teammates that I've had over these last 4 years, and then throughout my career in Perth, Townsville and Cairns, those faces just continually keep popping up. And like I said, you think about the memories, and I instantly think of the people you did them with, and I could probably tell a story for each person that I've shared those memories with, and I'm just grateful I've been able to share it with so many people, so many teammates. So to them, I thank you very much.
Thanks, Clint.
Thanks, guys.
Just gonna have Christine up. I'd like to say a couple words.
So 356 games of NBL, 4 seasons at the Jack Jumpers, our inaugural captain, our championship captain. It's going to be a very big farewell for us to Clint next week at the MVP, and we're very much looking forward to reflecting back on his career, not just with us but throughout the NBL, and celebrating his great contribution to basketball in Australia. Over to my left is also where our high performance training centre will be, and we'll make sure that Clint is appropriately remembered and recognised within that centre, so that those that come after us will always know the contribution that this man made. He's a son, a husband, a father, a brother, a teammate, and the ultimate club man. And on behalf of all of the club, we could not be prouder of your contribution. We could not be prouder of the relationship we have with this beautiful family. And it will be my intention to make sure that in whatever way I can keep Clint involved in this club, that will actually happen. And I really want to start those conversations over the next weeks and days and weeks ahead to make sure that we keep the essence of Clint alive and the great culture that he has set on the court and off the court, and that we continue that.
Could this club have achieved what it's been able to achieve without the contribution of Clint and the broader Steindl family?
I've worked with a lot of athletes over a number of codes over a number of years, and the combination of Scott and Clint is something that I've been in awe of since the beginning. And as Scott said, they've stood shoulder to shoulder as leaders of our club. And I've never ever worked with two people that understand that building a club is way more than building a team. It is way more than wins and losses. And when you start a new franchise in a state, you've got a big responsibility to the people within that to make sure you do a good job of it. And it's not one that you can do alone. You need the help of everyone. And when you get that from your coach and your captain, the results speak for themselves. And a lot of the warmth our community feel is due to that and due to the great captain. And I'll only remember after we won the championship last year, the players had to leave to go on to other things. We had a number of things we wanted to achieve around the state. I rang Clint and I said, is there any chance I can get you to come and help me get around the state with Scott? And he put his hand up. He said, whatever you need, I'm there. And so him and his family packed their bags and drove around the state with me to make sure that everybody got to experience that trophy. They ask for nothing and they give everything. And it's a sad day for all of us, not just the team, but the front office and everyone involved in this club. But we're all better off for having worked with Clint, and I just on behalf of the directors and the whole club, thank you to you, to all of you, to the family. What a wonderful journey, and as I said, we will celebrate that really appropriately next Saturday night at our MVP.